I hear they added spa services, so I'm okay with that.
Oh, you're good. All right. Oh, yeah. So you got the temperatures behind you. We have dipped down into the 50s. It's probably the coolest part of the morning, right?
Yeah, it's cool this morning. It's nice. It feels good. But even chillier for tomorrow morning. I'll get to all of that in a few minutes. But we got to talk about today because today's the day to enjoy the outdoors for sure. We're going to stay dry through the early afternoon hours, even through the early evening. Meanwhile, again, yes, temperatures dropping into those upper 50s. The cool spot for Lauderdale, 56 degrees, 59 in Miami. The upper 60s in the Keys. No rain on the radar, just a couple of clouds out there. So partly sunny once the sun is up, and some areas could have a bit more cloud cover than other. Otherwise, it's going to be a nice day, nice and quiet. Temperatures reaching those mid-60s by 10 a.m. So not a fast warm-up, and definitely not a huge warm-up at all, because by the afternoon, these high temperatures for today will be topping the low 70s, a forecast high of 72 degrees for Miami, which keeps us around 3 to 5 degrees below the average across South Florida, with a couple of clouds around. Seeing a lot of the sunshine through the middle of the day, but then by the evening around 5 p.m., increasing cloud cover. I'll talk about those rain chances going up in a few minutes.
All right, are you prepared for this day?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
I
nice
got my
out.
2 sweaters that I own.
You only own 2 sweaters?
My little boas. Yeah. But it's nice. It's a nice change, Jen.
It is a nice change. It's refreshing, and it will continue to get even cooler throughout the weekend. However, that's going to come with some rain. So for this Saturday, we really got to enjoy the day because today is staying mainly dry, Todd and Nikki. And this is a beautiful live view out of Miami's Tower Camp. The sun rays just peeking over those clouds out in the horizon. The sun's still rising at this time, but it is gorgeous, and certainly it will remain gorgeous throughout much of today, as we do expect a mix of sun and clouds and no rain. Temperatures also dropping into the 50s, upper 50s that is for Broward, Miami-Dade. Cool spot, Fort Lauderdale, you're at 56 degrees, and then the upper 60s down in the Keys. It's a nice cool start with winds out of the north, anywhere between 3 to up to 12 miles per hour. So lightest breezes on the west coast in Naples, but definitely becoming breezier for Fort Lauderdale and Homestead with that 12 mile per hour wind speed. For the rest of the morning into the early afternoon, expect those rain chances to remain at 0%. We're going to have intervals of clouds and sunshine, so not completely sunny for today, but still beautiful out there. A cool start will lead us to a relatively cool afternoon because temperatures, as far as those forecast highs go for today, will stay below the average, only in the lower 70s. No rain on the radar right now, nice and quiet. There's a stationary front just to the south of us. That's that cool front that went through yesterday. And then out in the western Gulf of Mexico and southern Texas, this area of rain, that's what's heading our way by tomorrow. That is another developing low pressure system that will glide across the Gulf of Mexico. Behind it, much cooler air mass as well. But before we get that cooler air, we're going to be dealing with a precip. This is for Sunday. So for today, cool start, staying below average for this afternoon, increasing cloud cover by this evening. Then the rain comes in early tomorrow morning, or around 6 a.m., maybe even earlier than that, and lasting through at least the noon hour. And then afterwards, the clouds are staying with us, so it's going to remain a chilly Sunday. If you want to head out to the beach, today is the day to do it. An air temperature of only 72 degrees. That's a high for today across South Florida, so it will be cool out there for beachgoers, but it's still a nice day to head out and lay on the sand. And then tomorrow, rain chances go up to 60%. The sunshine will be back Monday, Tuesday, as temperatures still remain on the cool side for those 2 days. Todd. Yeah. It's nice and sunny out there with some high cirrus clouds over us. Beautiful start to our Saturday, and it's been a refreshing change this weekend. Definitely cooler, so use that light sweater, especially this morning. Afternoon temperatures eventually getting into the lower 70s. Some of us maybe just topping the upper 60s, and also the morning temperatures in the 50s. We were in the 50s this morning. In fact, we are now warming up rather quickly from the past hour, but not too fast, because temperatures are expected to still stay below the average by the time we hit the high this afternoon. Right now, though, similar temperature across the board between 60 and 62 degrees in Miami and the mid and upper 60s in the Keys. It's been like that the whole morning. We have a good breeze going for Fort Lauderdale, 14 miles per hour out of the north, 12 mile per hour wind speed in Marathon. No rain out there. We'll continue with a northerly wind for the rest of today. The temperature will be 70 degrees by 1 p.m. 72 is the high for today. That is cool. But again, even cooler by tomorrow. More details on our Sunday forecast coming out as there's rain on the way. Not today. So enjoy today, but tomorrow runners get ready for a chilly, wet run, which is quite unusual for South Florida, but actually tomorrow is going to be almost like a true winter day for us here in South Florida. Meanwhile, this morning, not far from a typical winter day for South Florida, we started off in the mid-50s, upper 50s now, warming up to the lower 60s, and winds still out of the north. They're going to stay like this out of the north for the rest of today. It's breezy right now, Fort Lauderdale, 14 miles per hour wind speed, a little lighter than that throughout Miami-Dade County. No rain on the radar, nice and quiet start. As you can see outside your window, lots of sunshine out there. We do expect it to remain partly sunny, though, throughout the afternoon as temperatures warm back up into the lower 70s. Oh, he is definitely very soft. He's a cutie. All right, South Florida, we're waking up to those cooler temperatures this morning. Already warming up, though, but we did drop into the mid and upper 50s in Broward, Miami-Dade, the 60s across the Keys. Here's a live view of what's going on right now out of Hollywood Beach, Cam, and you can see not a whole lot is going on, at least for our sky. It's nice and clear, no rain, but a lot of you starting to head out to the beach. It might be a cool beach day, but you can still make it a beach day because we're going to see a lot of sunshine and dry weather for the rest of today. So it'll be nice to lay out on the sand or take a walk on the broad walk there at Hollywood Beach. That's 62 degrees in Miami, 60 in Fort Lauderdale. It's 65 in Marathon, warm spot Key West at 67 degrees. We have a nice breeze going for Fort Lauderdale out of the north at 14 miles per hour, a little lighter than that when you head down south at 8 miles per hour wind speed for Miami and Homestead. It picks up, once again for portions of the Keys. No rain on the radar. A lot of cloud cover, though, still hanging around over the Keys, but they're not thick clouds. They're just hanging around due to the fact that there's still a stalled boundary just south of the Keys over the Florida Straits. Then out west over the Gulf waters into southern Texas, this area right here, that's where we'll keep on watching as we continue on throughout the rest of the weekend, because this is what's heading due east over the Gulf waters and eventually into South Florida. Here's a look at the in-house model. By tonight, clouds will be increasing once again all across the peninsula. The rain for us will start to arrive early in the morning around 5 a.m. with a few showers, but the heaviest will come between 7 and 10 a.m. and then still push through out towards the south and east. Hanging around, it looks like a little longer now that the in-house model has updated with the latest run. Looks like it's still hanging around on the coast with some rainfall there by 3 p.m. and then a lot of cloud cover. So due to the fact that we have clouds and rain, temperatures are not warming up tomorrow. We're staying in the low 60s. That's a chilly day for South Florida. As far as rainfall accumulation amounts, anywhere between at least half an inch and a little more than that, but should stay below an inch of rain. So it's really not that much. It's a quick moving boundary. But again, it's going to bring us some soggy weather for our Sunday. High today, 72. Tomorrow's high, 64. We stay cool, especially in the mornings, Monday and Tuesday.
Well, it's been a long morning, but what a beautiful one. But it's warmed up significantly since we got up, Jen.
It's a very long morning.
Very long morning. It's been, a very nice morning. We started off in temperatures in the mid to upper 50s across Broward, Miami-Dade, in the 60s for the Keys. Yes, we're warming up, but it's not such a big warm-up. We continue with a northerly wind, and we continue with a lot of sunshine, by the way, out there, but still with some high-level clouds. They're very thin clouds blanketing South Florida. Now, for this weekend, it has been a refreshing change, and afternoon temperatures will get into the upper 60s and low 70s, but even chillier for our Sunday, which I'm going to explain about that coming up. But right now, 65 degrees in Miami, 63 in Fort Lauderdale. Winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour. And we'll continue with those winds at around that speed for the rest of today. No rain on the radar. Nice and quiet as we continue on through the afternoon hours. Staying in the low 70s. That's below average for this time of year. I'll have more in your forecast coming up. Very nice start. Temperatures a bit cooler this weekend. A refreshing change for us. So wear a light sweater throughout the morning. In fact, you may need it during the afternoon, temperatures are staying below the average, between the upper 60s and the 70s, and those morning temps again in the 50s, especially by tomorrow. We're going to be really feeling those low 50s, and that's what's expected as far as the drop that's coming our way. Now, for today, we're staying nice and dry. It's 65 degrees already in Miami, 63 in Fort Lauderdale, 66 in Marathon. Now, it's not a quick warm-up. We continue with a northerly wind around 10 miles per hour. That's going to keep us on the cool side of things. Plus, it's also very cloudy still for the Keys. Notice all those clouds blanketing the area. Temperatures won't rise as quickly, especially for the lower Keys or the middle Keys, in fact, throughout the rest of today. Now, that's associated with a stalled boundary to the south of the Keys. That's the cold front that went through us yesterday. And then out into the Gulf of Mexico, southern Texas, that area of rain, that's what's heading our way by late tonight into tomorrow morning. So before then, we enjoy the dry weather for this Saturday. Winds out of the north, staying cool in the lower 70s for daytime highs. Tomorrow morning, chilly as we wake up into the lower 50s with rain. Rain lasts through the mid-afternoon. This is a look at the in-house model showing the clouds increasing tonight by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Some heavy downpours will start entering over Broward and could get pretty heavy between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. I wish we can keep things dry, but it looks like the models have been very consistent with this forecast. So for sure, be prepared for the rain and be prepared for the cool weather, because behind the rain, once it exits out of South Florida, it's staying chilly. Now, current risk for today is slight. If you want to head out to the beach, today's the day to do it. Highs again in the low 70s with a high of 72, only 64 degrees tomorrow. Sunshine will be returning for the start of the new week.